Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. I'm back to make another monthly update to the Dividend car account. If you're new to the channel or if you're new to the series, what is the Dividend car account? Basically, what happened is one of our cars broke down and I didn't want to use the money from my Retire Now account, which is the main brokerage account. So I had to make a brash decision and I said, all right, let's cash out my wife's 401k, right? Let's cash it out. She's no longer working there. And we'll take the penalty, all right? And then we'll pay off the car. And as we're doing this, as I'm waiting for it to process, I had a better idea. I said, all right, yes, we'll cash it out. But instead of just paying off the car, why don't we just hold the loan, right? Have the bank hold that loan. Again, what's the interest on the car? 8%. Because why? Well, the balance was what, 40,000 or 40 something thousand that we're able to transfer over. So there still would have been money left over regardless, but why give that 20K and pay it off early? Instead of doing that, why don't we use that money and make a higher yield than 8%? So yes, we'll pay back the bank their normal monthly payment. In this example, you see it's $400 each month. Right, we'll pay them whatever they're due. We'll pay them their interest, and meanwhile, we'll use that money. We'll utilize it and earn more, 20%, 30%, up to 100% yield. In some months. So that was the plan, and that's what this video series is all about. So here I am doing a check-in, obviously of that, and let's go from here. All right, so you're gonna see a few tabs here. The payoff calc. What this is, it just shows you how long it's going to take. Paying $400 a month, how long is it going to take to pay off the car? I'm showing it's going to take until January of 2030, basically, to pay off the car if I just pay $400 per month, okay? So, am I going to pay more each month? As of right now, no. I'm just going to pay the $400. Will this change? Yes, absolutely. As I do better, as I work on, paying off other bills in the account, then yes. If I get to a point where I'm comfortable, I will start upping it, maybe approximately, say $50 or $100 every few months, if that makes sense, okay? And then we'll have it paid off a little earlier. All right, so what is this account made of? This account is basically made of the 0 to 1 DTE index covered call options funds, right? So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Roundhill. They have their 3 funds. I'm talking about Defiance. They have their 3 funds, and they have 3 funds on each index, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and the Russell, and they trade options on a daily basis. So I invest in those. Now, I am also investing in YMAG and YieldMax, right? They have their own strategy on, different on their own covered call ETFs, but they also pay weekly. And then last but not least, I did add YBTC. Why? Well, why not get a little crypto exposure? And why else? Because they're going to pay weekly. Again, the weekly thing was never a big deal to me until I decided, you know what? I'm just going to make a weekly paycheck from this account. So I did add, and I am still adding to this account, making a weekly paycheck. And these are the weeklies that I own, about 40,000 in weeklies, basically. And they're paying me about, it varies, 400, could be 500 per week. Right now I'm showing it comes to like 1,600 based on the last distribution, okay? Which is pretty good. And that's on that alone, right? And what else am I doing with the Dividend car account? Well, I got the idea of, and I talked about this in yesterday's video, the Retire Now video, that my goal for 2025 is to add every single reoccurring bill to come out of the brokerage accounts, because eventually I'm going to retire. I'm going to live off brokerage accounts. So I need to learn to see how do they even work. So not only do I have the car coming out, I have my home internet, our cell phones now coming out. I have my parents' internet coming out. And as of recently, I just set up the electric bill to come out. And these payments These amounts, just so you know, they are the average amount. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's less. But the car, home internet, and parents' internet, that's pretty much the same every month. Electric and gas, as many of you know, they do vary. I also just set up the gas bill, which, my gas bill was pretty high this month. So I'm scheduling that now as well. Next up is car insurance. But as of right now, overall, with just the weekly payers, on average, if they pay me $1,600 a month and I deduct these current payments that will come out, again, most of them do come out except the gas, that it's a work in progress, I'm left over with $532. And that's 33%. Okay, so that's 33% left over for reinvestment. But that's just on the weeklies. Keep in mind, this account does hold Misty. Okay. Now, before I get into Misty, right, I am doing options on Misty, right? So I wanted to show you, we do have an options tab now. So for the month of December, I did sell a put on December 2nd, expiration date December 20th. I sold a put with a strike price of $29, which was low. And it ended up expiring worthless. But what happened is I collected $140 in doing so. So that was easy, right? Because nothing happened. I basically fronted $2,900, or shall I say the margin fronted it. So again, when you use margin for selling puts, there is no interest charge because you're not actually using their money. It's on hold. So again, that was money that I made selling a put. And then I also sold a call on December 6th, expiration date December 20th. I chose a strike of 37. I collected $150, and this also expired worthless, which means, they did not call my shares away. As of right now, I did take tax loss harvesting hit on MSTU. So I am avoiding trading anything relating to Misty, MSTU, MSTX, or crypto related, although I'm not really counting YBTC, but for 30 days. I'm trying to avoid buying anything for 30 days to avoid the wash sale rule. Again, I'm new to this whole tax loss harvesting thing, but I decided to take sell out to take the hit on the disaster of options trading that I was getting into. Plus, I wanted to reduce my taxes. But anyway, the month of December here, you'll see the income for options was only $290. November, I made a killing. I made $1,211. This month, I got only $290. I still own my 400 shares of Misty, and I have no calls pending, right? Because why? Well, the wash sale thing. And again, I didn't find the right opportunity before that. So again, we're sitting here right now. We made $290 in options premium for the month of December. Okay. Now, all that being said, let's get to the summary tab. All right. So the dividend car, I'll put all 4 rows here. We started in September, right? And now we're, in the month of December. So let's go through this. So for the weeklies, this is actual income I made for the weeklies. I made $1,374.20. Okay. Obviously, that's less than my estimate of $1,600. But again, I added, that estimate includes the funds that I added, include the distribution for all of them right away. But keep in mind, I did add throughout the month. So obviously, as of December, what I actually collected was $1,374.20. All right. Misty paid a dividend of $3.08 this past month. So I got a distribution from Misty of $1,232.84. So also, if I add in that plus the options premium of $290, I collected a total income of $2,897.04. That is $1,000 less than the previous month. But again, that $1,000 was basically from options. I'm not going to always make that much in options. Obviously, the month of November was a huge month, really good month, selling options on Misty. All right, so anyway, my account balance is now at $51,158. So what does that mean? That means based on the monthly distribution of 2,897, my yield on cost is 68%. Again, that's a little less than prior month because, again, my income is a little less. But still, a 68% yield is kind of in line with what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to yield 60%, again, in margin accounts. Because if I have margin, I should be able to produce more income because I have that on my side. So that's why I did raise my goal yield from 40 to 60%, which is subject to change, of course, if it's too aggressive. But anyway, for now, I am hitting that goal. Now, I mentioned I still own 400 shares of Misty, all right? My cost basis is 30.21. Actually, right now, Misty is below that. I was sitting pretty good, but right now it's, again, it's lower. And I don't want to buy into Misty because the stupid freaking watch sale thing, but it's fine. So I own 400 shares of Misty, $30.21. Cost basis, all right? So now we'll get into the payment information. So car payment. Again, it's $400 unless I change it. Right now, it's just $400. Now, other bills, if I click on this cell, as mentioned, I did pay phone and internet, first bill, right? Second bill, $34.99, that's parents' internet. And then $173, that was as recent as the electric bill. So the electric bill was horrible. It was $173, which was worse than I thought. But again, I got Christmas lights outside, blow-ups and all that. So it is what it is. But either way, those are the bills that were paid. So we got $400 plus the $491. So that's $891 in bills, bill pay coming out of the account right from the brokerage, all right? Which is awesome. And it's through Fidelity. And Fidelity makes it so much easier. Guys, Fidelity is the shit. It is. Fidelity's the best. Outside of options, they're the best. Sorry, but Thinkorswim, I love Thinkorswim for options. So that's why I still have my other account on Charles Schwab, which, now they own the Thinkorswim platform. All right, moving on. My interest rate, as mentioned, is 8.74% on the car loan. So I did have to pay $153.43 in interest, but whatever. All right. That's my interest calc, and that's the actual interest. So obviously making sure they're charging me the proper interest. So my car loan balance for this month, it was $20,078.73. After this month's payment, it should go down to $19,832. So at least now I'm officially under $20K as far as the car loan balance. The extra money field, column S, $2,005. What does that mean? That basically, if you look, I have a formula here. It takes F5, which is total distribution, right? Where is it? Total income, right? $2,897. Let me get rid of the other row so it's not confusing. And then it subtracts out column K plus column L, right? So obviously, what am I left with? I'm left with $2,005.94. So I was able to reinvest 69% of the money that I made. Last month, again, better month, I was able to reinvest 84%. Month prior, 61, month prior, 78. So I'm still reinvesting more than half of what I make in, what I make in income. But obviously, yes, by next month or so, I plan on adding 2 more bills, one being the gas and the other possibly being the car insurance. Then after that, we will see what my reinvestment percentage is then. Again, keep in mind the market is also going down. So if the market goes down, then the NAV will go down, right? It will depreciate, which means, guess what? I will get a lesser distribution. So in due time, if the market does go down, my distribution will likely go down. However, also keep in mind, I'm reinvesting 69%, for example. So obviously, I'm still averaging down as the market goes down. So hopefully it all balances out. In fact, I hope it overall goes up in time as well. Now, obviously, the account balance, I just started tracking that last month. So hopefully, we could see how it does. Obviously, this month was horrible towards the end of the month. The stock market just freaking, it tanked. So that's why my account balance is down, right? Obviously, I could have done better in options. But again, I didn't want to risk anything unnecessarily. But we'll see. We'll see how the month of January goes as I add a few more bills or one or two more bills in. And we'll see how much we make on the weeklies, how much we make on Misty. And, well, I'm probably not going to make anything on options due to the risk of the wash sale rule. So I'm heavily reliant on the weeklies. So I may just add put more money into the weeklies this month, especially YBTC, because that seems to be paying a decent distribution. Plus, honestly, if you look at this, I've been holding the same number of shares for each. But if you look at YMAG and YMAX, the fund is so low. I should be increasing that. So now what I'm thinking is maybe I will actually do an equal weighting percentage instead of number of shares. I was just keeping it simple, but now that the price is just all over the place, so I will attempt to do a weighting percentage to make sure. I want all these funds to be equally weighted. All right. Anyway, guys, that's the update on my Dividend car account. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it helped. I don't know if you guys are in any similar situations, but if you are, let me know how it's going. But also keep in mind, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is simply for fun and entertainment as I share my journey on the various things that I'm doing. This is just one of them. But yeah, broker bill pay, it's going to be a big thing for me this year. I'm going to have all my bills coming straight from the brokerage. Obviously, I'm going to use my work check to pay off the credit card, and the credit card is still used to pay for groceries and gas and all that, other crap. But, in due time, hopefully I can get to a point where the credit card balance is gone, right? And my weekly paycheck is just fun money, right? And then hopefully in due time, I can eventually maybe invest more money, or maybe my reinvestment percentage is just doing so well that I can build this account, not only this account, but the Retire Now account in due time. And plus, maybe my YouTube will grow and grow and grow, and then we can get to the point where we can retire early. And then what? I don't know. And then we'll go from there, right? But yeah, I just want to say, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the December 2024 Dividend Car update. Let me know what you think. Are you happy? Or do you think this is good stuff here? Do you think I'm making any mistakes? Are you doing something similar? But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. If you enjoy this content, obviously just please hit the like button too. All right. Again, thank you for watching and have a great day. I'll talk to you on next month's episode of the Dividend Car. Later.